Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? How are we all doing? Obviously, just to check, as we always do, if this audio level is bad, please let me know. If it needs turning up throughout this thing, please let me know. I keep on setting it up and it's fine, and then all of a sudden it just completely tanks. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah. How are we all doing? We good? Turn it up a bit. Alright, hold on. We better now? I've done it a bit. I don't want to like crank it too much, otherwise it'll just start going. Yeah, that's good. We good with that? One's in chat if we're good. Yeah, no, cheers for coming through. We're going to do basically a big special effects kind of rollout. So for the crime video, we had like loads of actual practical effects use, because I'm kind of like dead against just green screen and everything. As much as it's easy, it's just I feel like modern day it's just a bit lazy to do so. So we're gonna bring my good friend Lanny on here, who's helped out with a bunch of stuff with us before, but really had a way more hands-on approach with the video and everything like that. And we'll be talking about the fellas later on as well, and going through basically how we made absolutely everything. And kind of like, you know, working over from there. But no, I hope we're all good, man. Conversation, what did I have for tea? I literally just had rice. It was shit. But, you know, we move in. But yeah, I hope everyone's good. I'm just going to set up this Zoom call and double check that it actually works. So bear with me, because this might actually end up going to shit. So 2 seconds. But yeah, how's everyone been? I know I like making more of an occurrence of this thing whilst we're home. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna like actually keep it up for, or I kind of want to keep it up for, because it's kind of, I get nervous doing these things, like really nervous for some reason. I never want to be like letting the veil off, and I feel like when I do these things, it fully just lets the veil down. But it's like for a cool reason, because we're going in with like making stuff this time, you know. Lani, if you're watching, you just got a request, bro. Let's see what it's saying. Any updates on shipping Game Boys? Yeah, so all the pre-orders and stuff should be arriving with me soon. Then they get boxed and then they're going out. So honestly, you're not going to be waiting too long, which is good. Appreciate your patience and appreciate the people who've been through it, because it's been hell getting them done, but we finally nearly there. Do you enjoy Slam Dunk North? Yeah, it was fucking sick, considering like a lot of shit went wrong and like the rain and stuff. It was kind of fucked. Update on the Crying Flexi discs. Next week, I've been told. Oh. You ain't getting no closer with these nails. They're fucking outgrown as shit. Sorry, I'm just trying to get Lani to join now, and then we'll move over to getting this done. If you're just joining now, because a bunch of new people have just come through, we're doing the SFX breakdown, kind of everything in the video, whether it be practical effects, like little bits of makeup, additional stuff. There's loads of stuff which Lani actually covered and did himself, because we just didn't want to rely on like CGI or, you know, green screen shit, and we just kind of rolled from there. So I think he's here now. Bear with me 2 seconds. We'll just change over.
This is kind of, I have to use my phone because my computer's not working.
Alright, he's here. Hold on. Yo, bro, how you doing?
Yo.
Right, let us know if you can actually hear him, because if not, this is just going to be an awkward like.
Okay, yeah, I can hear you, and I'm watching the stream on my computer.
Yeah. Just everyone in chat. Yeah, you can hear him. Is levels good between? All good?
Is this alright?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I use my phone, unfortunately.
Yeah, what's going on there?
I don't know. My laptop is just old as shit and just being shit. So,
Bro,
yeah, but
I
the
know
whole
it.
time I'm like, okay, it's working great. Go to fucking go in and it's just like, no.
Oh yeah, once it's ready for it, yeah, dude, it's always the case. But yeah. So everyone in chat, this is Lanny. If you want to just give a quick intro to yourself and go through a bunch of stuff that you've worked on and stuff that you've done,
Sure.
now's the time.
Yeah, I'm Lonnie. I'm 21. I'm from London, UK. And I make masks and costumes and do special effects. And I work in the movie industry, so I do stuff for TV, theater. I've been doing it for like, I don't know, like 10 years or so. And some things I've done. I made the new sleep token masks. Obviously, worked with Static Dress. And yeah, I just make cool stuff.
Ah, sick, man. I didn't actually know you've been doing it that long. Like you say, like 10 years.
Yeah, well,
Can
I've been making all my life really, but
Yeah.
like the mask stuff started when I was about 11 because I remember I wanted to dress up as the Joker from Joker 52, which is like the Death of the Family, where he's like cut off his face and
Yeah,
reattached.
yeah.
That's fucking sick. I want it. I was like, how do I? I can't buy one, so I just searched up like how to make a latex mask on YouTube. Got my mum to buy me clay,
Sick.
and I pretty much just started from there. And then it was just a little hobby on the side. And then when I was like 14, I made a mask, a Slipknot replica of Corey Taylor's Volume 3 mask. And I sent it off to this guy, AJ Good, who some of you might know, who owns the House of Masks in the US.
Yeah.
Does like unboxings and stuff. And so I just sent him that. And that's when it kind of became a thing because he'd done a video on it and he was like, this is Lonnie Mask, who's this kid? Da, da, da. And then I was like, oh wow, people are actually like interested in this stuff. And then I started selling a few things and then just kind of built a name and somehow led me to making masks for Sleep Token and working with you and
Sick.
many other cool projects happening.
Hey.
Not about yet, but it's just like really, really cool, really strange.
Nah, big up, man, because you find yourself your kind of niche that you've gone in at that
Yeah.
no one else can kind of get. Because honestly, it's a bit of an untouchable. Because when I've been like kind of in the market for either props for videos or whether it be masks for this project and like other stuff like that, it really is. It's been me making all of them the rest of the time, like together collectively. We've been putting them together. So to be able to outsource and find someone, because I remember when we first spoke, I actually found you through the Guar costume.
So I only found out about that when we were shooting the video. Like,
Yeah.
I just thought it was through the Sleep Token stuff because so many people have been like, oh yeah, I see you made the Sleep Token things, da da da. But yeah, to see you know me from Guar is very good. I like that.
I just remember seeing the cosplay and I was like, man, you went in hard. And then it was one of these things. It's like you popped up and then you disappeared for a while. So I didn't know where you'd gone. And then I saw the Sleep Token thing pop right round, and it was like, oh, he's made him. And I was like, oh, sick. And then I was like, hold on, it's the Guar guy, you know.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah. It was.
That's good to hear.
It was funny as fuck, man. So basically, you see on the stream, we got this like kind of BTS video that Lani kind of put together whilst we were doing some stuff. Throughout this project, you kind of had the involvement with actually making like the embryos and the idea. And I remember when I came to you with this original concept, and I was like, right, how do I sit down and ask you about this stuff? Yeah, without sounding like a complete fucking psychopath, or like, have him just block my fucking shit immediately, you know? Like it was real like
it was great because how did I hear about you? Because it was when you hit me up to make the mask originally, and then I was talking to Dylan from Harbinger, who is an amazing person. He helped me on the Sleep Token live casts. Such a good dude. And I was like, yeah, this guy Ollie from Static Dress, he hit me up about making a mask. I don't know if you know him. And he's like, dude, he's a genius. And then he sent me a link to a YouTube video you'd done. It was you and Sam being interviewed by this guy. I forgot. I think he's a drummer or something. And I watched the whole thing. I was like, wow, this guy is...
Oh, Downbeat one. Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
I was like, because, you know, I hadn't really heard of you guys. And so I watched that and I was like, wow, he's very smart. He knows a lot. Like, he's very influenced by a lot of things. Like, this guy's cool. I want to work with him.
No, nice one, man. I appreciate that. I mean, it's okay to be wrong, but You know?
Wow. Shut up.
Nah,
but then
I'm
he hit me
just
up about
making
a
it up.
music video, and I was like, a music video? I've never done that. That sounds fucking sick. And then I think we had a meeting, a little Zoom call, and I was just like, this is fucking dope. Like, this is right up the street.
Ran you through the ideas, and that's what it was. But now I've just had a question in about the embryos and shit. I mean, we've got some photos I can pull up of you making it. So just bear with me 1 second. So we're gonna do this. 2 seconds. So I'll basically pull up like this slideshow thing, and if you just want to kind of reel off what we're looking at right now and like talk us through process, you know, and we'll go through that.
Yeah.
So number one that we got is the first little guy. So talk us through this.
My Twitch stream is just like, oh, there we go, it's up. Okay, so that's the sculpt of the kind of embryo thing. Yeah, the idea, you know, it's not, people keep saying it's like an alien, but it's not really, even though he looks fucked up. It's more of like embryo baby type thing,
like underdeveloped kind of fetus thing, like, because that was the whole kind of concept. It wasn't meant to be like a sci-fi, I think, like influenced with the sci-fi kind of coloring and stuff, but where it's meant to be is embryonic, like kind of disjointed and things not put together, and it's just gone wrong because the whole idea is around trying to repurpose yourself and it not working, you know.
So this is where I started on the music video. I think I was actually on tour with my band at the time, and we had 1 day layover in London, so I started it really quick then, because I think it was like a few weeks before we needed to shoot the music video, and I was like, oh fuck, like, well, I need to grind. So anytime I had to just start on it. So this was just sculpted out of water-based clay. And I didn't sculpt the legs because to save time, instead of sculpting like 3 different embryos or whatever, I was like, let me just do a base model, and then on each cast I can adapt and change them to look different. Like, it's kind of cool that I think they all look really similar, but each are all kind of fucked up in a different way.
Yeah, man, these got characters to them for sure. I'll just jump on to the next one. So I think this is just some different angles of the same one, because I remember this was the base one you were updating me with, by the way, like this was trying to get it, because my biggest fear was to kind of go too overboard with it and it barely be resembling, because remember we did some like original drawings back and forth, and it was, at first, it was just a bit too, I don't want to say medieval, because that's not the right way of saying it, but it was a bit too, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
kind of crazy, bit too weird.
Bit too
like,
weird.
Out of context weird. Like, this is weird, but like, it kind of, you know,
if it's... So this part here is our character, which my girlfriend Charles was playing, which is the main antagonist, kind of overlord being. We had this... I don't even know. Do you want to describe and talk through this? Like, what the fuck this is and how it came to be?
Well, it kind of started because I remember you talking about the antagonist, and you want this kind of character who looks kind of creepy as fuck. And you sent me a few references, and I was like, oh, let me try thinking of something. So I'm not really a drawer, but I was sketching up a couple things, and it started off as like a mask design. I have the drawing somewhere. I should have sent it, but just started off as a mask, and I sent that back and forth with you. And I think you were like, why don't you just do, you like cropped the photo of the drawing, you're like, just this section of it. I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, no, because it was like, it was like, I remember it was kind of the Clockwork Orange kind of thing.
Yeah. It was going to end up, but you're like, why don't we just do that? And as I was sculpting it, I was kind of making it to be like a blendable prosthetic. So it looks like it's his face. And you were like, why don't we do it so it's a bit like, you know, what's the movie called? Chainsaw Guy, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah, like the Leatherface thing.
And I was like, yeah, that's fucking cool, and that helps as well, like blending it, because I don't really do prosthetics. So at first I was like, oh my god, I'm scared.
Yeah.
But we managed to make it work.
Nah, it came off great. It was like you and Amber like together making it actually work and stuff. It
a fucking lifesaver.
Yeah,
I was
for real.
Do makeup, so even on when we were doing the filming with Zoe, I was just like panicking, like I don't really know what the fuck I'm doing. Like this is a what I do, but we had Amber there, and she saved the day.
Nah, dude, honestly, whenever you're in those moments of like, whether it's your first time doing a job or whatever, like the best advice that I always got told was just absolutely blag it the best you can, and just act like you know what you're doing, because in like creative industry, you know.
we'll get to it, but like like the glass shards.
Oh God, yeah. Now that's
I I don't know what I'm doing,
yeah.
but we made it work. We just made it work. I told you, like you're like, oh, are we gonna be able to make it work? And I was like, listen, it's gonna be fine. Like we're gonna make it work.
You were like, it's gonna be fine. Like not even sure of it. So what's going on here? My guy's got a jacket on now.
That's just me sculpting it, and this one, that was when because it's a sculpt, right? I need to then make a mold off of it, do a latex and foam cast, so they're kind of squishy. And to do this, I can't just make a mold over the whole sculpture because then I won't be able to get the clay out and do casts. So you have to do a 2-part mold, which is where you put a wall, like I've done in this photo, around the embryo, and then you do one half of your mold, and once that half is dry, you take the wall off and you apply a lubricant and do the other half so that the two halves don't stick. And then once that half dries, you take them apart, take your clay out, and then you have a 2-part mold, and that's where you put the latex and pour your foam into, and you can make as many copies as you want.
So how long does making a mold and stuff kind of take?
The sculpting part, which is the first part of it, it depends. I'm a fairly quick sculptor, I'd say, but because I was working on this like in and out of work, it took me a few days. The molding is pretty quick. It takes like half a day. Do the wall, do one half, The casting kind of takes the longest because I brush in layers of latex into both halves of the mold, and you have to do it in layers. So you do one layer, let it dry, do another layer, let it dry.
Yeah.
Do about 5 layers, and then you put the molds together. Well, actually, I put a wire frame in it. That way they can be posable. Put the mold together, strap it up, and then the mold is upside down, so there's an empty kind of cavity.
Oh, yeah, and it's just filled in.
And then just fill it with foam.
Sick.
And then on the last, I just trim the seam and everything, patch it up, and then, change it all up and stuff.
Nice. All right, we'll just move on from here. So that's more the mask stuff. That's when we told you to take the teeth away just because it had that blend nicer. And I just didn't want it to look too, like, kind of Halloween prop mask shit.
It was a bit just kind of not scary.
yeah, man. It's a side on from what we got here, the actual detail and stuff. Yeah, because you really went ham on the detail here. Like,
yeah, I was like, it's meant to be a skin. Let me try experiment a bit more because I don't really know how to define my what's the word, like my style.
Yeah.
Because I do a lot of gouache stuff, which isn't really realistic. It's more kind of like creaturey,
like comic book horror. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And not that I don't do realism, but this is more prosthetic stuff, which I don't do. So I was like, let me just try. And I think it turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, it turned out unreal, man. Like, looked great. So what the fuck is this? What is going on here?
Let's see. Let's wait for the photo to load. Right. So that's me making the mold. So essentially, I've kind of done the same thing as the baby, where I built a clay wall around the sculpture, and that's just so when I'm doing the plaster mold, it's not just leaking everywhere. It has like a barrier.
Got you.
And you can see my bucket of plaster, and then the top of the photo, I've got some of that fabric. It's just like potato sack Hessian material.
Yeah.
So I do like a layer of plaster. I do my molds in one batch, so I do like a layer of plaster, and then as it like dries the plaster, it gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And then I just add the Hessian, the fabric, into the plaster, add it on top, and just keep working with it until it solidifies, and then you have a plaster mold. You wait like an hour for it to fully dry, and then you take it off, take your clay out, and then you've got mold, and you can do as many casts as you want.
Damn. We just had some questions in that I've just seen about the making the mask. Did you use glue to hold it to the face? I'm pretty sure it was liquid latex which kept it to the face, right? Was it not?
Yeah, because that one Amber attached, because I wasn't there for the shoot, but usually either you use liquid latex, but it would only stay for so long because I think the sweat gets to it and it comes off. But she might have used Prozaid, which is like a medical glue, but that's what a lot of the film people use to attach prosthetics.
Cool.
Just a glue that dries really sticky. Sick.
Fair. Right. So this here, is this the foam then? Is this once it's been in, or what's kind of going on?
Yeah, that's the foam casting. So for the face, I didn't want to just do it in latex because I want it to be like a prosthetic that sits on the face and is kind of squishy.
Yeah.
So the same kind of thing with the baby, but a bit different. So I have my mold, which was in the photo you just showed.
Yeah.
And life cast, I sculpted it on. I have that. And basically, same thing. I do layers of latex on both halves. And then I pour foam in it and I squish it together. And that's what we have here in the photo. You can kind of see the foam around the edges, the white stuff popping out. This is it dry. And then I'll just trim the excess. And so you have a really kind of squishy, flesh-like piece that holds its shape quite nicely.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. We just had someone asking. Oh, sorry. We just had someone asking about did you airbrush anything in terms of like painting it and stuff, or like matching skin tones?
Yeah, I usually start off. I see a lot of people who just do either hand painting or airbrushing, and I find if you just do airbrushing, you can never get a like perfectly realistic look. So I started off by doing some hand painting splattering because it already has a kind of skin tone on it. So I splattered loads of like reds, yellows, blues, greens that you won't even see in the skin, but they're there. But really like dilute paints. It's not opaque. It's very dilute, built up in layers. And then I went in with my airbrush just to kind of add a bit of shading. Same with the embryos. That's how I done it. I hand painted them first, and then went in with my airbrush. Done a lot of washes. So yeah, a bit both.
Yeah, sick. And I mean, I've also seen about the skin tone comment. A lot of it. Oh, Amber's actually here, to be fair. A lot of it was actually blended with makeup as well. So when the piece actually came, if it was slightly off, she basically would just work it until it was a perfect match. You know, like it took a while, but like fucking nailed it, to be fair. You know. Oh, here we go. Man of the hour. So let's go. Is there one before this, or is this like the first kind of foam thing?
Right, yeah, I think this is the second foaming I've done. I think the first one I've done came out kind of fucked. And that's when, I mean, we'll get a bit, but that's when I bring up the idea with you of like, why don't we do a kind of puppet one that breathes? Because it's kind of fucked. Like, let me experiment. So I like put a balloon in it, breathe, and you're like, that's fucking dope.
Yeah, no, for real, man.
So I kept that to the side, and then I just started on this one. So I just done like 3 casts and kind of gave them all different positions and whatnot.
Of course. I've actually got the boys here with me, to be fair. So we had weird potato. Hold on, let me see if I can. These things honestly feel so fucking weird as well. Oh shit.
My mom. Yeah, that one's weird. That one's like a shrimp.
That's the weird one. Like that one is so weird. It's got this like weird potato ass thing going on.
Yeah. You know what inspired that? Actually, one of my favorite movies is The Fly.
Oh fuck! Wait, yeah.
So I watched the first one and second one recently. I watch like every year. I was watching the first one, and at the end where he like tries to go again. He's already transformed to the Fly. He tries to go again through the teleporter, but like the window's broken and he fucks up and he comes out like a little slug. And he's like, please just kill me.
Dude, it's so gross. But this is the thing. It's like the practical effects of that versus just doing CG now. You know.
The thing is, when you watch the behind the scenes of that, they're like, yeah, we're running out of time, so we just like hot glued fucking plastic bags to a bit of shit. But it looks so nasty.
It looks unreal. Yeah, man.
So,
it looks so good.
That's what inspired that one, was just The Fly. Just make it look like a.
And then we got my favorite, which is basically the Ood. You know, shout out all the Doctor Who stands in chat. Like,
yes, I said the Ood because that's kind of what inspired it as well.
Bro, I'm doing like a fucking makeup hand thing, guys. So today I'm using this little weird thing.
On this one.
So for this shade, we are
And obviously this one was also heavily inspired by Gua. So, like all the little tendril things, as we call them. I learned how to make those because on Odorous' mask, which is the old singer of Gua, he has all little like tendril things, and I learned how to make that. Is where you paint like a thin layer of latex on a sheet and you let it dry, and then you roll it up, and then you get this weird kind of tentacle thing.
Yeah.
And I got to incorporate something Gua into this, and so I was like, let me just make a fucking noodle baby. Why not?
Fuck it, yeah. And then we got the old lay boy, who'd just be chilling. You know, he'd be like your main kind of hanging one. I think was he the first one or
that was the first one in the photo you just. That's the first one, and I was like, let's have a kind of not normal one, but less fucked up.
A more chill one per se. I've actually got the head with me. I've just seen someone mention about the puppet baby, and it just didn't come to fruition because there wasn't really a need for it. Like there was so much stuff with this video that honestly it came through to that bit, and I was like, feeling like filming it, it's just not going to really do anything. But
it would have taken too long, and you know, for it to just kind of have a bit of arm movement was a bit silly. And I think
but there was like this whole situation. So basically, at the end of the video, there was meant to be a head explosion and a head pop of the antagonist character originally, and basically due to timing and due to essentially censorship, because I started running the idea past everyone, industry wise, and I hate this because it's a thing, but it was just like it's gonna cost quite a lot of money to get it done, which is like, okay, they were fair paying it and everyone was game for it, but the problem you come with blowing up someone's head and then putting that on YouTube, it effectively just becomes like a best gore video, even though it's not. It's still like the room for that
it's just like, okay, censorship, no, you can't show that,
and then that's it gone, for real. So like part of me was like, oh whatever, but we managed to get the cop around. I've actually got the head, which is in the video here right now.
Of how the head came out.
Yeah, for real.
It was a fun thing to make.
So, let me just pull this out.
God, stream is so laggy on the computer.
No, for real?
Yeah, it's just my fucking internet.
So, hold on. Right, I'll pull across to the photo of. Let me find. so. That is essentially the head with that, and it's the little puppet one. He's like buried in there.
Yeah, so that's the one that's in the head is the one that Zoe was holding that was breathing.
Yeah.
Because we were just like, well, we have that one, let's just use it. And I think the idea with the head, from what I can remember, was to kind of incorporate a bit of everything from the music video into one piece, and so that's when you bring up the idea of like, why don't we, instead of doing the head explosion, have like half his head just kind of open and have bits of everything in it.
Man.
So got some of the vines from the kind of ring of vines that was in the scene with Zoe. Obviously the antagonist head.
Yeah.
The baby, and you can also see some shards of the glass that was used.
Yeah.
In that perspex scene.
Yeah. So originally, well, actually, to be fair, whilst we're just on the head and everything, I've just pulled up that photo of Charles getting the live cast. If you want to talk through the process of that, because actually getting a live cast of someone done is the most mental thing to ever watch. But like,
it's crazy. I've had it done to myself a few times, only by my mum.
Yeah.
Because I remember being like 12, need a live cast, mum, please sort me out.
Please.
But now we do them fairly often at the place I work at, so I know how to do it properly. And so the kind of the process for this is you put a bald cap, but in this case, because I don't really mess with bald caps, I just use a swimming cap because it's fine. And there's a couple ways you can do it, but because we were kind of on a rush, and I didn't need to be super detailed. If I wanted it like super detailed, I'd do the mold out silicone. But the way we started is do the back half first. You kind of make a wall with plaster back. Also lube the shit out of Charles so it doesn't stick. Do the back half in plaster bandage, and then once that dries, you do the front in alginate, which is made out of seaweed, and it's this powder you mix with water, and you have a few minutes. I mean, it was really cold in the studio, so it took way to go off. It usually takes like 5 minutes, but it took like 15 minutes, and we were just there like, oh.
Just like, please be breathing. Yeah.
But he was a champion. Like he honestly loved it, and he was very easy to work with. But you do the front half in alginate, and then you do plaster bandage on top of that, so it has like a support shell.
Yeah.
Again, same sort of thing. Take the two halves apart, fill it with plaster, and then you have a head cast.
Sick, man. That's fucking dope. So I'm just flicking through these photos quickly just so we can kind of keep powering on. So this is obviously the head in its kind of simplest format. So what is the head actually made of right now? Like,
most of the stuff is made from the same material because if I have, and I think this project was the head. It was quite rushed as well. Because you were like, we need it because we need to release the music video.
Oh, dude, it was like, oh yeah, so the head explosion thing's off, and now we're fucked for time, and it was just like,
like, oh fuck. I was like, oh, I can get it to you in a week, and you're like, can we get it sooner than that? Because we need to shoot.
Yeah.
I'll fucking do it.
But you came through, bro. You came through.
Yeah, and to be honest, because I don't really do realistic stuff, I would have liked to have done it in silicone, which is like way more fleshy. But I learned a lot doing it. This is just latex and foam, the exact same way the babies, the embryos are made out of. And actually, I learned a lot, like kind of how to paint realistic, and I think it turned out okay. So in the end, it was fine.
Yeah, man, it was unreal, and for the shots that we needed it for, I felt like it was great, and it was a great centerpiece, and now it'll be forever held. So there was a thing you mentioned. I'm just gonna flick this off screen. There's a thing which was just mentioned earlier, if people heard it, about the glass sequence, so the perspex glass. So effectively, what this scene was meant to be and how it was written was this couple up against the glass, basically showing lust and the idea, which I've talked about before. They're up against the glass and, everything's going on and it's happening, and then all of a sudden the shot will switch and she'll be left there against a wall of sandpaper, like once the lust's gone away, and she's shown that all this excitement and everything has actually just been damaging her the entire time. So it's like kind of realization that all the skin's been like completely fucked and everything. But what happened on the morning is
I got a text. I was like, oh shit.
Dude, I was like, I need to call you immediately. Basically, the sandpaper didn't get delivered, so we had I think it was 4 sheets of about 4 meters high. So we were going to create this whole like high wall of sandpaper to have our actor basically pressed against and then be rolling around against. And if anyone's ever seen the Oathbreaker, I think it's 1036 video, I know someone's going to quote me and tell me that's wrong, but essentially it's a top down shot of where she's rolling around in all this sand, and it just looks crazy, and I was going to recreate that shot, but yeah, we had no sandpaper and all we had was the glass, and I was like, shit, we're gonna have to think of something. So effectively I called up Lani and I was like, right, I got this idea. I was like, how about we get to a section where we've broken the glass, it's shown the lust and relationship and everything has fallen apart, and then we can have this kind of like glass shoved in the back, so everything which was your safe space and everything that you knew as your comfort has now turned into the thing which is, hurting you, basically.
Yeah.
And yes, I don't think I've got any photos of that half happening, unfortunately, but can you talk us through like what you kind of did to get through that bit?
I think you're a genius, because it's like, I don't know, with other people they'd probably be like, oh, panic, but straight away you're just like, let's just do this. I was like, okay, fuck, and we just fucking rolled with it. And,
fam, in those moments you haven't got time to worry about it. It's like, okay, we've got 8 hours to shoot, and you think I'm gonna spend 2 hours being upset that my sandpaper didn't turn up? Fuck no. Like you kind of got to dial on.
And that's let the people know that it was a pleasure working with you and the guys, because it was just like, damn, so creative.
Thanks, brother.
But yeah, so at first when we're going to do the sandpaper scene, and it was just going to be me. The night before, I was in a hostel, like a Airbnb with my partner, like panicking because I was like, oh fuck, like I'm gonna do makeup tomorrow, and I don't do makeup, and I was like trying to make last minute like appliances and shit, and I was like, oh fuck. And so it was kind of a blessing in disguise. We were worried and like, is it gonna work?
Yeah.
But we shot the scenes where I forgot their names, but the 2 guys who are acting in it.
Yeah.
All stuff, and I was just kind of on standby until you're like, okay, let's get ready, let's get the shit broken. So We took the perspex sheet out, and I was with Sam, and he just fucking got a jigsaw and was just like hamming away at it.
Lad,
Like,
that was so dangerous. We were basically pulling out, so you can see in this video at the side the massive piece of perspex glass. We basically were just snapping that in half, and I remember I came out and we were like, "Oh, you got to be quicker," and I started snapping it, and I cut the shit out of my hands, bro. I was
like, let's go, let's shoot, let's do it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, time to shoot, even though like I'm holding onto the camera just like covered in blood, just like, you know, I've got 2 hours left and it's just rolling down my arm.
No, it was mental, and like, but hey, was her name? It wasn't Charlie.
Yeah, it was Charlie.
Yeah. She had like an event or something, so she couldn't be stained on her skin.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, because I just drank like 2 liters of blood, and we were testing it. We're like, fuck, it stains the skin.
Yeah.
So I had like a little bit of blood left over from the Zoe shoot. I was like, fine, we're gonna try and make it work. And I didn't have. Oh, it was fucked. I couldn't use Prozaid, which is what I was gonna use to glue the glass on, which glues it to the skin really well, because I didn't have the remover for that, and so I couldn't leave it on her skin. So the only thing I had, which kind of brings up the topic from earlier, was liquid latex. So I glued the bits of the shards of glass with latex, which only held for a little bit. And then as we were shooting, they were starting to kind of like flap to one side, and I was panicking. But
we got it done. You know, we got it done. So for anyone who's wondering what we're on about, that's basically the sequence in the perspex kind of room where you can see Charlie turn around and go and touch her shoulder, and as she's doing so, there's just glass shards sticking out. So that's, you know, the result of that. I tell you what, like, I know this fucking Zoom's running out and they're doing some bullshit, but do you want to just take a bunch of questions now? If anyone's got any questions for Lanny, whether it be SFX related or like prop building or like mask doing, feel free to fucking smash them in, and then, you know, we'll kind of run it from there. I'm just gonna scroll up and see if there's anything that we might have missed. I did a master's degree in prosthetics, and every time I had to do a life cast, I was so stressed. Scariest procedure, apparently. Would you agree? Yes or no?
Well, now I've kind of done it enough times. It's like whatever. But I think the most stressful part is you never know how the person whose head you're molding is going to react. Like, I've never had anyone panic, but I've had a few people just kind of like, you could tell they start going, you know, like, oh fuck, you know, what do I do? You know, because you can't take it off, or if we take it off, we just have to redo it anyways.
Yeah.
But kind of like before we do it, I have like a prep talk with them, just being like, this is how we're gonna do it. This is what we're gonna do next. Da 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 da. And it's okay. I've had it done. Just zone out. Because it's weird because your senses are gone. Like you can't see. Your ears are covered. We leave obviously the nose holes open so you can breathe. But it's a very weird experience. And then when you take it off, you're fucking blind because you've been in darkness for however long.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's fine. People just need to get a grip.
For real. I've seen someone ask, I think I've just kind of lost the comment, but someone's asking about how you kind of got work and how you kind of, you know, find work in this kind of industry. Like, how do you kind of go about doing what you do?
Question. I mean, you know, it's very worrying because I never went to school to do this or like uni or anything. And if you go to uni, it doesn't really matter if you're good or shit because you'll get contacts. And so a lot of people who, I won't say who, but like, you know, work in the industry kind of suck. But it's because they have the contacts. So,
Fact.
And I'm able to do that. So I was like, how am I gonna, you know, I want to do this as a career. How do I do it? And so when I was like, my first job when I was 18, I was working in a plastering place where we were doing like cornice and interior housework, and I'd done that for like a year and a half, and it sucked fucking bumhole.
Actual asshole.
Like the whole cheeks, everything. It was crazy. The job itself was nice, but like the people fucking sucked. They were awful.
That's the worst.
And I was like, bro, like I need to work in the industry. It's what I want to do. I'm decent at it. Like I need to find a way.
Yeah.
I was just searching for ages and ages and ages, but most of the places were kind of like North London, and I didn't want to travel 2 hours just because I was like, you know, that's long. So I went to this one place for an interview that was like an hour from me, And the guy was like, "Wow, your portfolio is great. You're so young. You know, you do really good work." Da 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 da. And then he was like, "Why don't we pay you £10 an hour? But if you work 10 hours, it's £100 a day." And I was like, "That's just not. It's not worth it." I
Yeah.
was gonna. I was like, "Don't sell yourself short. Like, just be patient and wait, because something better will come. Because you're good at what you do. Don't just like take the first opportunity you can."
Yeah.
Um,
No,
but
that's a great kind of, you know, message for anyone who's doing anything creative, who's kind of watching right now. Is I think
yeah,
it's the thing that I was talking about the other day with a couple of friends. It's kind of like your true, real artistic integrity will always shine you
yeah,
and propel you further than any like hot minute marketing or any like quick thinking thing or buzzword that people can throw around. You will always have way more
yeah,
longevity in caring about the thing that you're being hired for, you know?
yeah. It's hard. Like I will say I was impatient for years because I want a job so badly, and
Of
I was
course.
going to take that job. But literally, like 2 months after not taking that job, I found this place that is 20 minutes from my house. And he was like, "Yeah, come work for me, and I'll pay you this, whatever." And I was like, "Yeah, this is fucking sick." And so I've been there for like almost 2 years now, and it has its moments,
Definitely.
uh, but I can't complain. Like I'm working in costume and getting paid for it, so.
Course. Is there anything cool you got coming up? Also, someone's asked what band you're in, so feel free to plug as well.
Sure, yeah, I'll do the one I'm working on first, and then talk about the band. Well, right now we work on loads of things, but we worked on the Wicked movie that's coming out.
Sick.
We made the Tin Man for that. We worked on Gladiator 2, which is coming out this year as well. We done loads of helmets. God, man, worked on so much weird shit. We're working on like an opera in Brigands. We're making loads of dead sailors, and it's really fucking cool.
Sick, man. Sick.
I think soon we're going to be working on the Stranger Things musical. They want some like,
Hey.
which is like fucking dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just and on like, because that's with my work. But then on my like the Milani mask stuff, I've got a lot of cool things happening that should be announced in the next couple months. But one of them's pretty huge.
Anything you can kind of talk about, or any teasers, or any juice?
One of the bands is named after a place in London. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Sick.
But dope. It's fucking cool. Right up my street. Obviously the main goal for me is to make a mask for Slipknot.
Yeah.
Just because that's kind of where it started in terms of taking the mask thing seriously.
Of course, man.
I started making loads of like replicas, and even if I'm not as into them now, it'll be fucking cool just to have a full circle moment.
Yeah.
It will happen one day, I think.
Yeah.
One
Nah,
day.
dude, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. Yeah. Like, for the power of everyone, I know we can make it happen. The universe will eventually line up. It might be 1 year, it might be 5 years, but I know for a fact it'll end up happening, bro.
People saying Whitechapel is not Whitechapel. I'll say that.
No.
Maybe it's not a place in London. Is it in London?
Fuck knows. I genuinely don't know. You haven't even told me what it is.
I won't know. Yeah, so the band, I'm in a band called Salacia. We're just like super DIY starting out. Well, we've been in the band for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
We're actually going to the studio on Saturday to record a song, because a lot of the stuff we have out was just recorded out of a fucking like garage, and it doesn't sound great, and the songwriting is shit.
Shit. Just a heads up. We're less than a minute left.
Oh fuck!
Shit.
Let's close up.
Yeah. Right. Well, perfect. Thank you so much for coming in, Lani. Like, you know, appreciate it a lot. I'm gonna stick around for a bit longer. But you can go follow Lani on all his socials. If someone who is watching right now from band can just drop all his socials and shit in chat. I'm gonna stick around for another couple minutes just to talk through some shit. And yeah, man, thank you so much for your time and all your effort and everything, bro. Like coming together with everything and stuff. I think we really made something special, you know.
Yeah, here's to the future. More to come, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro, definitely.
Wicked.
Nice one, man. You take care. All right, sweet. I mean, that kind of lined up at a perfect moment for it to cut, but fuck, I should really just actually pay for the full thing. But yeah, no, I'm gonna stick around for a couple more minutes. If anyone's got any questions about anything, feel free to just send them in now, and we'll go through them. I can hear something buzzing. Yeah, it's probably my shit fucking electric. I also just mentioned someone say something about merch, and something about prologue as well. So what I'm gonna do right now, if you're watching this and you want a copy of prologue, whoever it was who said that a couple of comments back, let me just see. If you go there and just stick in crying, there's the final copies of prologue in there, and that's with the comic as well. The only difference is this doesn't have the artwork cover, it just comes in a clear case. But yeah, if you want to pick that up, that's your chance to go and do so. There's a bunch of other stuff on there. Actual merch drops, there's one right around the corner that I'm going to go and stick in our Discord. If you're not in it, feel free to go join. Hope you guys have enjoyed this one. Like, putting together this video really was something special because it allowed us to be able to work with way more people, like Lani, for example, and kind of come up with a lot more stuff and a lot more substance and shit. And I mean, like, if you got any more questions for him, I know for a fact if you go and hit him up on Instagram or whatever, he'll be happy to keep you informed and stuff. But he's a true workhorse, and as soon as I kind of talked to him for the first time, I was like, yeah, this is the type of guy that we need in our circle because he thinks the same, you know, and he tries. Also tried to do a crying inspired makeup, but I felt I could do a bit better. Yeah, I'll go ahead. Shout out, Amber. Will crime be on the under at all? Come and show and see, probably though. Prologue vinyl going. Yes, there is some. Just check the pinned comment and just password it, crying, all in caps, and you can get in there. Is the vinyl prologue the same as the one on the neck DPU tour? I think it is. Yeah. I just know this one has the comic with, and there's been a bunch online sell that didn't have the comic with. I don't know. Wasn't me selling it, but yeah. Are you 100% the only supporting for Under Oath? Yeah. Bit weird, isn't it? Don't know, but yeah, we're the only support for it. Heard someone just say, will you bring out Spencer for Courtney? I might actually, you know, if I make friends with them on the first day, I'd be like, yeah, I want to come in. They'd be just like, fuck no. I'm like, sound. How was it wearing white mascara? Oh, horrible for the first 30 minutes because I was just like so not used to that like feeling of it. Any chance in Australia? Hope so. Hopefully soon. Did y'all send out the first 300? First 300 what? Is there any RCD CDs? Yeah, if you want, the CDs on there as well. So if you just go to pinned comment, it's like shops.staticdress.com, and the password for it is crying. I'll literally fucking stick it in. Actually, if someone could just stick that in, that'd be sick. Password for it is crying in all caps, and it's on our merch store. I'll probably go link it in our Discord after this is done if you want to go check it. Password not working. Just do all caps, bro. It works. I know it works. Hold on, I'll literally try it right now. All caps. Crying. It literally works. It literally works. New merch. Yeah, new merch is coming literally just probably next week. Sorry, it's just taken a while. We've just had like so much kind of going on with this release, and it's ended up doing way better than I thought it would. So just trying to stay on top of it has been like a bit of a ooh. So yeah, but trust me, some of these pieces are like my favorite ones that we've done so far. Big stage prop plans for the Under Oath tour. Depends what we can kind of get away with and what, like, you know, we can do, but the only thing we can say is just turn up and find out, really. Massive alien baby prop. I wish, man. Just take them with us and fly around everywhere, you know. The whole fam, the actual whole crew is here. These things are ugly as fuck. Like, I'm fucking speechless. Like, what the fuck is my life? I'm like, oh yeah, I got friends who are like married and have houses and like all this other shit, and I'm sat here with this thing, just like, oh yeah, sound. It's fine. Will you guys restock any sizes? No. Just have to kind of be quick with shit, I guess. Release baby plushies. I'm trying. It's way harder than you think. Something will happen like that for sure. Favorite Under Earth song? Down Set Go. Definitely Down Set Go. Which is crazy because I also saw in an interview that they hate that song, which is stupid in my opinion. I'm gonna pin this one. Sorry, I'm just going through. There's so many fucking comments. Thanks for being here as well. Appreciate it a lot. Like, this release has been kind of just keeping doing this. It's like over nearly like 250,000 streams in 2 weeks, and the videos just kind of started to climb close to 150,000 views. It's like the first time we've ever actually had that many views and that many like kind of interactions on anything. So seeing it grow and actually doing bits is amazing. So thank you. Did you film crying live session at the music video shoot? Was it a different day? It was a different day that we just had the same setup done, and we just kind of makeshift what we do. Shout out Nat for helping us film that. Quick question before I finish my shopping. Is it possible to get a game or a poster signed? Yeah, on your order, just literally send through that you want it signed on a note. Been watching Crying twice a day since it came out. Shout out the numbers. Getting it up. The baby's got names. Oh, they always got names. I'll feed them. I don't want them in my house. Like, I can just see them, like, sitting there staring at me. Especially this fucking thing. Charles, where are you? Especially this thing. I'm like, I see this across the room. Hellish is all I can say. Fucking disgusting. I love you, Charles, and you are the funniest person in the world. But to own a half cut out of your head, I think is quite possibly the weirdest thing. And I've met some weirdos in my time, but this is like, I'm now the biggest weirdo I know. Because this thing's just fucking insane. But yeah, crazy to be honest. Absolutely crazy. Reminds me of the severed head Will Gould. Oh yeah, I actually hit up the company to do it. This is one of the things that inspired me actually, because I hit up the company who Will got his done by, and they were charging like unreasonable money for something subpar. Like, and we worked with them on a bunch of other stuff before, and they were just a bit of a letdown, to be honest. So it came out great. Static dress makeup palette. Oh, hopefully one day. Yeah, people do charge insane monies. It's hard. It's crazy how much people can kind of get away with in industry when doing stuff. Like, just because they know that no one else can. It's like sometimes I feel like they just take advantage of that. And it's like, oh, we really want to do this thing. And it feels like the more time goes on, no one's actually down for making anything anymore. Everyone's just down for making money, which I get. But it's just long, you know? It fucking sucks. I don't know whether this is a bad idea. I found this in my floor. Oh. Oi. Help me get a photo pass approved for Bristol. Yeah, sure, just give us an email. And we could probably sort you out. Like, I'm all down for always helping people and that. My always biggest worry is when we go to help someone and they just end up being, like, weird or like trying to take advantage and being like, oh, so you have to pay me now, and it's like you literally asked for a photo pass. Pro tip: don't do that. People find it weird. I've been on the both sides of this, like trying to do a photographer thing and then trying to do like the band thing as well. If you're wanting to do your photography portfolio and that, just take opportunities, and then like it'll keep happening. But don't walk into a situation or an industry with your hand out expecting things, because as soon as you start expecting, you'll just start losing. Like, and it's way harder to lose and then come back than it is to just not have to face that, you know. Can you gig in Ireland again? Oh, I wish. That show was sick. People lost their passion easy to numbers. Yeah, they did, man. I was crying yesterday whilst listening to Crime. Oh, hope you're doing okay. That shit sucks. Where are Bubbles from? I don't know. I got given this, and it's like the best kind of stress relief ever, to be honest. Like, I do these streams and I just sweat for days. It's so gross. Not the hoodie selling out. Oh, gutted. Ollie, can I reference you in my portfolio? If you want, I guess. How do you feel about meeting with people? So I have a really mixed thing on this. Normally, if I'm not doing too good, then I'm like, I can't do it. Like, I'll say hello and do a photo or whatever, but like, I don't know. There's been a fair few instances where people kind of take the piss with how much they're expecting, and they'll like trauma dump and do all this weird shit, and it's really not fucking cool. Like, I'd never walk up to someone in a band that I absolutely loved and be like, oh, I've got all this wrong with my life, and then just stand there and be like, I'm like, what the fuck am I meant to do with that? Like, I'm so sorry you're going through all this stuff, and I wish you the best, but it's kind of like you're expected to fix people's problems, and that just kind of makes me feel a bit weird. And then when we did the headline tour, there was all that shit with people grabbing me, so I don't know. Like, it puts me on edge a lot of the time. Like, my social anxiety is really bad at the best of times, so when that starts happening, I'm just like effing out at that point. Placed an order, well, if you just email or DM one of us, I'll get it sorted, don't worry. People do that shit to me too. Yeah, I'm sorry about that, man. That fucking sucks. No one who does this performing shit should have to go through like bullshit like that. Like, it's just, it's unnecessary. But then again, at the same time, I think for a lot of the time it's just kids. And I'm like, fair, like, you don't understand, you don't get it, so if it's happening, I'll be like, yo, you need to chill. But when it's like actual full grown ass like people who like have lives, I'm like, okay, this is just absolutely not okay right now. Like, I got so much of my own shit going on. The last thing I need is someone telling me that they're gonna kill themselves if I don't come out and say hi. Like, it's horrible. Met you outside Bristol headline and wanted to say you were so sweet and totally cool. Oh, sound big up. Which Bristol headliner? Because we done two. Bristol's always a good time. Like, it's always a good fucking time. The shows are always so fucking sick, and I actually can't wait for the one with Under Oath, because I hope everyone who pulled up to our last shows is going to be at that one, because it's going to be fucking sick. Do you think you'll be meeting people in Under Oath tour? Maybe on the UK ones, not so much on the America ones, just because it's so long and I'll probably be really ill by like show 6. But I'll try my best. This is the thing. I always try my best. You just got to understand that I'm not really good at this shit. Like, it comes to some people and people can put on the fake, oh hi, it's me, like fake bullshit, and I think that gets people very far. And like, if people find something in that, that's sick. But like, I can't do that. I'm too ill to do that. Excited to get my Such a Shame tattoo. Yo, big up, that's sick. We'll see you in Bristol. Yo, big up. Say what Slam Dunk, how was it? Unreal. I got to see Head Automatica and I met Daryl from Head Automatica and Glassjaw, who's like one of my idols. And yeah, I totally like fangirled for at least 5 minutes while speaking to him, which was really embarrassing, but you know, sick at the same time. Oh, big up Shelby. That'd be good, mate. Do you fuck with Bloodborne? The game, or is that a band? Another game. The game's okay. I just don't think I'm into medieval shit too much anymore. Like, it's just a bit like, whoa, like, you know? Coming to see you guys in Birmingham and Manchester. Yo, big up. Thank you so much. Static Dress X Glassjaw one. I wish. It'll probably never happen. They'll just hate us because we're too commercialized and wear makeup and shit. It's one of them. Like, we'll never win. But it doesn't mean I don't have as much love and respect for that band as I always will do. We're definitely have made it to a show, but wishing you guys the best. Thank you. Hope you'll come around to the next one. Because it's weird to think, because I was like, oh, we're actually not going to play the UK for like the rest of the year, and considering it's next month and then it's the rest of the year gone, I'm like, damn, that's actually a long fucking time, you know, like a long time, considering we played the UK like every other fucking week the other year. Do you think Sam will ever? What was that? I think Sam will ever have a signature item? Fuck yeah, give him everything. He's the fucking best. Signature oatcakes, shout out. I know it's a bit over asked, but any chance you guys make it back to Germany aside from the Under Oath shows? We're not doing the Europe side of Under Oath, we're only doing the UK side. In terms of Europe, I really don't know. Like, I want to do it, I'm just also precautious about costs to make it happen and whether we actually have anyone over there. I know there's a couple of you guys and really appreciate you a lot, but it's just that thing of financially being able to make it happen. So when it happens, no, it's happening. But like, I don't know. I think it's just a waiting game until we can kind of strike with the right moment, really. Someone explain the oatcakes thing. Oh, Sam, I know you're in chat. Please inform about oatcakes. Have Aaron play a song on the tour and see if anyone notices, which they will. I know I will. Anyone else but Sam playing, I'm like, this is weird as shit. It's my birthday too that day. Oh, shout out. Let's go. Happy birthday for that day. 4th and 5th time this year. Damn, that's sick. Thoughts on bring... Lloyd, I'm not going to talk about that, but I've got some opinions about it for sure. Thankfully, I won't be blind seeing you this time. I have no idea what that means, but it sounds man. Do you like Naruto? What's the better anime or manga? I've only kind of been doing manga recently. I just don't really have time to sit there and do it as much anymore, which kind of sucks. I went to Comic-Con this year, which was fucking insane though. Like all the Namco shit and OG stuff was unreal. Like I suggest going to everyone, because even though it's like Comic-Con, it's kind of branded as, you know, the nerd shit, which I'm all here for. Even as like normies, like I went with my, like, you know, I'm with a really good friend of mine, and I wouldn't class as either like mad on the nerd side of stuff, but it was just, there was so much cool shit. There's a lot of weird shit as well, don't get me wrong, but there was a lot of cool shit there. How long is your set at Under Oath going to be? I think we're trying for 45, but it might end up just getting cut. I don't know. Like, this is the thing, we have no control over a lot of that shit. I know they're doing the whole album in full, so it's a long show, but like, I know. Tell you what we get. Do you watch Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged? I feel like I should know what that is. I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't. I was fully blind at your show in Pontiac last year. All right, this okay fucking discourse in this chat needs to fucking stop. They're unreal. All right. There is no, this is fucking bullshit. I'm not having this oatcake slander going on for a second. Yeah, I just noticed there's a bunch of people who just bumped in. Went through kind of the breakdown of everything, music video wise and related. Shout out Lani if you're still here. It was all like SFX stuff and how he made these. I know probably someone's going to track this. I'm never going to watch it back because I hate myself. But yeah, if you want to know anything like that, just feel free to watch this back once it's uploaded. But yeah, no. The fucking oatcakes thing is not. This is a thing now. This is a bit now, isn't it? This is becoming a bit now. Fantastic. For fuck's sakes. Number one safe word enthusiast. Yeah, me too. Me too. You kiss show with Sachi. Yeah, nah, that'd be fucking sick. He's a legend. Oh, there's so many fucking things. Jesus Christ. Harassment by oatcake. This has taken a fucking turn. This has taken a turn. You just need to chill. Right. I'm a bounce. Thanks for all being here. Dropped on the pinned comment literally the link to all the merch stuff. If you want to get into it early, password for It's Crying in all capitals. Going to do a merch drop next week. Appreciate everyone being here for real and doing this kind of thing, because I don't think we're going to get to do much of this kind of shit anymore. Under a Tour happening in less than 4 weeks. UK, 4 shows, Bristol, Birmingham, Manchester and London. Come through that because it's the only time we're going to play anywhere in the UK or near Europe for the rest of the year until 25, which is a long fucking time away. But every single person here, appreciate you a lot. We all do. And yeah, stay safe and thanks again for pushing the single, because it's been better than we ever thought it was going to be. So cheers.